You know, this quote has been true for years. That little triangle is it's pure magic, right? It promises a story, an answer, maybe even a connection. And for the longest time, just getting someone to click it was the biggest challenge.
But what if I told you that earning that click isn't even the hardest part anymore? Because in 2025, let's call it a technological earthquake, just completely reshaped the entire landscape. And the aftershocks are defining everything we do with video today.
So to really get where we are now, we have to take a quick look back at how things used to be. Let's call it the pre-AI era. And for a lot of us, it was kind of painful. I mean, by the start of last year, video wasn't some nice-to-have thing. Nearly 90% of businesses were already using it. It was table stakes. You absolutely had to be in the game. But being in the game came with some serious headaches. And this is exactly why. Does this whole list look familiar? For years, creating just one professional video felt like a huge mountain to climb. You had the crazy high costs, cameras, lights, renting a studio. You had the steep learning curve for all that complex software. And oh my gosh, the time. A single video could take days, sometimes weeks. It was a massive resource drain that left so many great ideas stuck on the shelf. And then 2025 happened, and it wasn't a slow change, it was a full-on revolution. A massive paradigm shift driven by AI that just tore down every single one of those barriers we just talked about. So get this. On January 1st, 2025, this prediction was made. And people laughed. I mean, industry veterans called it impossible. Editors called it nonsense. But by the end of that year, this prediction didn't just come true. It actually looked a little conservative. Here's what happened. This whole revolution was powered by a few key leaps in technology. First up, text to video. And what's just mind-blowing is the speed of it all. I mean, look at this. In Q1 of last year, we were getting these short, kind of clunky clips. By Q2, competition exploded, and the quality got better every month. Then, Q3, we hit the photorealism threshold. AI was making lifelike people in places. And by the end of the year, these tools were ready for prime time, plugging right into professional workflows. An entire industry was basically born in 12 months. It's wild. So, what is text-to-video? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Just imagine typing a cinematic drone shot of a futuristic city at sunset, and poof, you get that exact high-res clip in seconds. No more paying for expensive stock footage. No hiring a drone operator. You just need an idea and a keyboard. That whole barrier we talked about? Gone. Obliterated. And this led to the second major shift, the rise of what people are calling faceless video empires. You've seen them, right? Channels that do daily news summaries or deep dives on history. Well, now they can pump out hundreds of high-quality videos a month by pairing those AI visuals with incredibly realistic AI voices. They're building huge audiences and real businesses without ever stepping in front of a camera. That kind of scale it was impossible before. Third, editing got automated. Think about this. You take a 1-hour webinar, feed it to an AI, and it instantly finds the 20 most engaging, viral-worthy short clips, adds captions, and formats them perfectly for social media. This turned what used to be days of work for a human editor into something that now takes minutes. Literally minutes. And finally, voice cloning really came into its own. With just a small sample of your voice, an AI could create narration for any script in any language that sounded just like you. The possibilities for scaling content across the globe suddenly became enormous. So what happens when you add all this up? You get a potential 95% drop in per video production costs. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. 95%. All those financial barriers that held so many businesses back, they just vanished. Video creation was democratized almost overnight. Okay, so if production isn't the big problem anymore, what is? Well, it's strategy. When you can create basically anything you can imagine, the most important question isn't how you'll make it, it's what you should make and who you're making it for. And that new playbook begins with a big fork in the road. Your entire strategy starts with knowing if you're talking to a business or a consumer. It sounds simple, but it changes everything. For B2B, your goal is all about trust and authority. The tone is professional, educational, think webinars and case studies. But for B2C, it's all about emotion, connection, and driving sales. The tone is way more casual, relatable, think tutorials and influencer content. Knowing your audience has to guide every single choice you make from here on out. So, once you've got your strategy down, the next question is where you're going to play. Choosing the right platform is obviously critical, but you also have to start thinking bigger. You have to think globally. So where is the action happening? Well, according to marketers, these are the top 3 heavy hitters. No surprise, YouTube is still the king. It's a powerhouse for everything from long-form B2B educational content to big B2C brand stories. Instagram is absolutely essential for consumer brands where it's all about visuals and quick engagement. And for B2B, LinkedIn has become completely non-negotiable. It's the king of professional context, and it drives a ton of high-quality leads. But here's the thing so many people miss. You can have the perfect video on the perfect platform, but if it's only in English, you are choosing to be invisible to a massive chunk of the world. I mean, the data on this is crystal clear. Over 3/4 of online shoppers want information in their own language. And this isn't just a slight preference. It's fundamental to building trust and actually getting people to buy from you on a global scale. And, in the past, localizing your video was a total nightmare, both logistically and financially. But now, that same AI revolution we've been talking about has made it incredibly easy. AI tools can handle the transcription and translation in minutes. Then you can choose between perfect subtitles or, using that voice cloning tech, create a full audio dub in another language that sounds just like the original. The whole process is streamlined and opens up that massive global audience like never before. Okay, let's pull all of this together. We've talked about how the world completely changed and what the new playbook looks like. So, what does this actually mean for you, right now, today? This is the one question that every single marketer needs to be asking themselves. For decades, all our energy was tied up in the how of making a video. But now that AI has pretty much solved the how, our focus has to shift completely. And this, right here, is the single most important thing to take away from all this. The new competitive advantage isn't about your budget or what camera you have, it's the quality of your ideas. The bottleneck has moved from the studio to the strategy session. Your success now depends on your creativity, how well you know your audience, and the story you choose to tell. So I'll leave you with this final thought. In a world where you are no longer limited by production, a world where your imagination is the only real barrier, what story are you going to bring to life?